This is the Good News Report. Yeah. Alright, so episode 4.
Episode 4!
Here we go, and we've got a special treat for you this episode.
Yeah, we certainly do.
Nice.
What's that, Mr. Bray?
Live performance from the one, the only, Mr. Taj Abbott.
Taj Abbott in the heart.
And he will be joining us to discuss some good news stories later on as well.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Do stay tuned for that. Actually, stay tuned. You don't tune in for a podcast, do you?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Make sure you've got your right radio frequency for this endeavour.
It's not a radio show.
Well, no, that's why I said, like, you don't say tuned in, because it's a radio show,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
said tuned in.
We're lost in the conundrum of bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much. The bullshit's starting early on this one.
Yeah!
Okay. So first story I got this week.
Right.
We got some yellow belly penguins. These are not chicken shit penguins. These are
Right.
proper legitimate penguin got snapped. So this is the rarest,
a legit yellow belly penguin.
legit yellow belly penguin got photoed off the island of South Georgia in the like southern Atlantic.
Where's Chukka-choo? In
Choo.
Chukka-choo.
That's my buffering sound.
South Georgia.
Like
I seen me a yellow penguin.
I got a yellow penguin. So it was spotted. So there's 120,000 penguins in this kind of flock of penguins, and one yellow penguin out of the whole mix of it.
There's always fucking one, isn't there? There's always one.
I reckon he got bullied. I reckon he got bullied like a motherfucker at like penguin school.
But they called
'Cause he
him
was a yellow.
Homer Simpson.
But now who's laughing now? Because now he's on the cover of wildlife magazines and shit.
Spreading it,
What have those other
spreading his chest to the world.
119,999 penguins done?
Just look, embracing the front page.
Yeah. So the shot
Glossiness.
was taken by Vez Adams from Belgium, who was on a 2-month expedition down there
Nice.
to photograph some wild stuff.
Are you yellow? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm yellow.
Maybe it's jaundice. Maybe like he has like a penguin condition.
It's a penguin with liver disease. Too much alcohol, man.
They're just there taking pictures. Just get that penguin an orange, man.
I've seen them waddling. I always
Do some
thought they were
vitamin
pissed,
C.
but now I know that if you take it too far, you'll never get
you
fucked.
will genuinely get
That's
yellow.
it. Exactly.
I mean, I don't know how this is the first. So this is the first time it's been photographed, but they must have known because it'd be hard to hide a yellow penguin among all those kind of black and white penguins. It's
Probably,
gonna
yeah.
stand out like sort of, isn't it? Like a yellow penguin.
Yellow
Like
penguin.
a yellow penguin.
What is it? Do you like penguins? Remember them fucking the biscuit thing with chocolate around them?
The biscuit.
Remember the penguin biscuits? They were pen, right?
They were, yeah, but not as good as Wagon Wheels. Wagon Wheels.
Echoes,
where
man.
it's at.
Echoes was where it was at.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe forget the news stories. Let's just talk about old school candies.
Nah, fuck that. Starbar is the top fucking. Who vouches for Starbar? I vouch for Starbar.
I don't know what Starbar is.
Starbar. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, I don't know what Starbar is. What's...
Bleep. Sorry, bit late.
Oh shit. Beep.
Penguin, yellow penguin,
Wambaz
yellow
right,
penguin. So is
Yeah,
it like,
yellow
is it albino? Or,
No, it doesn't say where. They just saw it and took a photo of it, but they didn't figure out why it was a yellow penguin.
Probably
but it was the
something to
only
do
one.
with like albino, you know, maybe.
Yeah, maybe so. Probably like some kind of general condition that makes a penguin yellow.
I'm yellow. Yellow penguins.
Maybe it got left out in the sun too long.
Penguins. It sounds good. Yellow penguins.
Yeah. Yeah, yellow bellied penguin.
Get your yellow ass.
Get your yellow
Yeah.
Yeah. But we've got plenty more good uplifting animal stories this week.
Man, I was reading something earlier. Hang on. So like these rabbits and horses are coming together.
Like, I really do know.
It's an interesting noise. No.
I was gonna say, that's a very one-sided love affair, is that?
Oh, colourful.
Oh, no.
No.
Ooh was the wrong sound on that one as well. Ooh.
Wild rabbits, right? Wild
Okay,
rabbits.
okay.
The wild rabbits. They ain't no
Wild
average
rabbits.
rabbit. The wild
Nice,
rabbits, bro.
nice.
They into some freak shit.
Well, horses apparently, yeah.
Rampant rabbits.
Rampant like rabbits.
Yeah, so rabbits in Aberdeenshire over the cold season, you know, when it was snowing, Basically, they've just like been cheeky fuckers and gone into the barns and like nicking the hay.
Okay, actually.
But over time, since they've come every day, these horses can sense that the rabbits are starving and they're sort of like sharing the food. Shit.
Oh, that's probably nice.
Yeah, it's like what was that? What was that book? Where all the animals could talk to each other.
I was going to say
Animal
Animal
Farm.
Farm, but I really don't think that's...
Animal Farm, not the DVD version, but the book. George Orwell.
Yeah, the one that's the simile for communism. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was
don't-
picturing a much more kind of friendly kind of like tale of maybe like a Babe Pig in the City, but like. with a
That is
rabbit.
my shit, bro. That is my favourite film of all time.
Babe Pig in the City.
Yeah,
Favourite film
Babe
of all
Pig in
time.
the City is the best film in the world.
Titanic, Terminator, Saving Private Ryan,
Fuck that.
anything.
You know
Babe
what?
Pig in the City.
Right. DiCaprio ain't got shit on Babe Pig in the City, bro. Babe Pig in the City is the shit.
That would be a good
That'll
casting.
do, pig. That'll do.
If they remade that film and put DiCaprio as Babe Pig in the City.
Who would you cast as the old farmer?
He's the guy from Breaking Bad.
Don't pick.
I'm the one who honks. Oink, honks, oinks.
So yeah, they've bonded and formed an unlikely friendship.
Nice. Have they got names? Have they named the rabbits?
They haven't actually got around to name the rabbits, but since they're hanging around, I guess eventually that's inevitable.
Perry
Perry.
the rabbit. I'm just giving him
Get
ideas.
another one called Fred.
Oh yes.
And Kevin.
Kevin.
Man,
Kevin and Perry.
I think we've just named some
Friend Perry.
We've just named some rabbits right there.
Percy. That's a good name for a rabbit. Percy.
Percy the rabbit.
Percy.
Because you think he's going to be a parrot.
No, because they've got purse lips.
What? Does it...
Probably do not have
You've been
purse
watching
lips.
too
I'm
much
going
of
to
the...
call this rabbit Lucky because I'm going to chop his foot off later.
You might be unfamiliar with that voice, listeners. That's Taj Abbott in the background, waiting for this sick ass interview that's going to happen in a few minutes. All right, have you got any other stories?
Yeah. So on the subject of animals, I guess. So we got one here from Cheshire. There was a border collie had a little baby puppy, and the little baby puppy jumped over the fence and just ran away, and they lost the puppy for 3 weeks,
Oh,
and that's the end of the story. No, there's a
maybe,
happy ending.
Was it
There's
hanging
a
around
happy-
with Patches?
Patches the badass cat. Maybe so. We don't know what he got up to in those 3 weeks. But while he was lost, they tried, finding him everywhere, and they couldn't do it. So for the last ditch effort, they got the mother of the dog. They kind of found it.
They can smell
And
like
they-
scents and shit.
Yeah, it got the scent and just straight away, just kind of ran to it and found it.
What, after 3 weeks?
After 3 weeks of being, and they found it somewhere in the
Just
woods.
going, you humans are fucking useless. They're here. Fuck's sake.
but they put the story out on Facebook and stuff, and it got reached by 2.5 million people. Who
Fucking
kind
hell.
of were
Wow.
joining in and trying to. Well, I don't know how else you can join in unless you're in the woods looking for that little puppy.
Exactly.
But sending good vibes and good thoughts and stuff,
Puppies.
which is nice. So the puppy's name was Serene. The puppy's name was Chloe. The dog's name was Serene. They found it.
Sorry.
So
Nice
yeah,
name.
happy ending all
Happy
around.
ending.
Happy ending all around.
I do enjoy a happy ending.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
A
Again,
nice little
a
story about
disclaimer,
puppy.
guys. This
And
is
you're-
parental
you're putting
advisory.
down there.
Again, we'll put another parental advisory sticker on it.
We started so good with the.
Started so clean.
Yeah.
Man, that's some good news, man.
Well, then what else in the world of animals? Yeah, this week.
Right. I'm going to put a picture up on the montage, right? But this adorable older dog can't stop smiling, right? This dog that's really old. It's a rescue dog, so they suspect it's 12 to 14 years old. Basically, it's got
Just chop off
But-
its leg and count the rings. And you can see what it is. I'm 99% sure that's how dogs work.
And if anyone asks about your three-legged dog, you just be like, "It's a rescue."
So Hannah, the name of this dog, has arthritis, and she can't go on the walks or walkers with the other dogs.
No.
So this lass, she made a little harness that this dog can
like
sit
a
in.
little backpack kind of thing.
Like a little backpack. Yeah, and apparently the dog likes to see where it's walking.
Nice.
But apart from
Is that still taking a dog for a walk though? Because technically you're walking and the dog's just chilling.
he's still taking the dog for a walk. Still gets a chance to go out and see the outside.
Okay, yeah, I guess gets a bit of fresh air, gets out.
Isn't it?
Oh, nice. So wait, so they built the backpack themselves, or they had the backpack was already a thing, or the...
Oh, the backpack was already a thing apparently. Yeah. So basically it's a good story because she loves being included with all the other dogs.
Nice.
So, smiles on the faces.
Man, with all these stories today, we've got a proper making of a right like kids movie kind of thing coming on. All these like they're just a little sad dog at home who just can't go out, and then comes with a little backpack and go for a walk.
And a yellow penguin.
Yeah, it's a nice. Yeah, the little yellow penguin that gets bullied and now he's on the cover of thingy, and the rabbit and horse friends.
And the rabbit and the horse friends.
Man, we really need to write a kids book on this.
I think we do.
although seeing how we talk about all the other shit, maybe kids novels are not really.
We're quite linguistically talented. Do you not agree?
So we're something.
We're something.
We're using words, most definitely.
We're using words.
So a recurring story for the good news thing is it was pandas be fucking.
Yep.
And then last episode we had rhinos fucking. So this week in the world of animal fucking, bisons be fucking.
Oh, ouch.
You know the big woolly cow.
That's got it, isn't it?
Bison thing. So the European bison was on the brink of extinction.
Yeah.
And now thanks to conservation efforts, they are now classified as almost threatened.
I thought I seen some
Which
in
is good.
Marsden.
Probably not Marsden. Definitely Romania. Romania is the place to be if you're a bison. But yeah, I think they were just getting hunted a lot and
Bison be fucking.
But bisons be fucking. That'd be a big woolly fuck.
It'd be like.
It'd be very untrimmed. Like it would be. They'd have very untrimmed pubis. If we're gonna talk about bison pubes, they would have a big kind of hairy.
Like remember that wire wool shit? It'd be like that, wouldn't it?
Whoa.
Bison.
Hopefully a little bit softer. I don't know why I go like, I'm gonna, if I saw a bison, I think the last thing I would want to do is give it a little tickle.
Really? Maybe I want to tickle you.
Maybe so.
Yeah, would you be flattered if a bison was like?
I think so. I think that would really.
If a bison just giving you the eye, like, can they have some
just
of
across the bar, just like, giving you the wink.
Just a quick wink, like, come here,
Just a
stroke
quick little
my
bison.
back, stroke my back, baby, stroke it. So what? Right.
Make sure it's not
We're seriously gonna do a poll this time. I want to do a poll. I want to see. Talking about polls, never mind. I want to do a poll of what would be better on the T-shirt. Pandas be fucking, bisons be fucking, or rhinos be fucking.
Or rhinos be fucking. Okay, yeah. We'll put a little.
We can't really give our answers because we're kind of biased. I've got one already, but I don't really want.
Pandas.
I'm gonna say
put
pandas then.
Yeah,
But, like,
definitely put pandas.
It's your choice, guys.
I feel like especially for a T-shirt as well, you can make it proper cool with like black and white.
Pandas be fucking.
WWF logo, but with a much happier panda.
Pandas be fucking.
Just a panda stood there, just getting like a blowjob from another panda, just
Oh,
behind
mate.
the head. Like...
Too far.
Okay, we found the line. We found the line.
We've crossed the fucking line.
Should we take that into a song as soon as we found the line? So the first tune we got this week coming up is tune from Laffmad.
Right,
Great,
Laffmad.
Great band. Really looking forward to seeing them live again when everything opens up.
Yep.
And so can I wait? So this is a tune called News from Nowhere.
All right. Cool.
News from nowhere. insanity prevails. News from nowhere. Brothers, sisters, no doggy dog. Why bother? We've got all we need. No second class. No one's above or below me. The pressure's off. No need to struggle to survive. No paranoia. No guilt or worry on my mind. We love free love. We love each other. Our love is good, our love is free. No crimes of passion, not even sexual jealousy. We have support outside the nuclear family and lots of playtime. It's one big crash facility.
Yeah, like News from Nowhere, good track. I
Yeah, man.
Cannot
Those
wait.
guys are
Cannot
so
wait.
nice, man. Fucking.
Yeah, Laffmad, such a good band. Like really
proper-
cannot wait
proper
to.
dude. Yeah,
I
yeah.
played with them a few times, like, and they're just so good.
Doesn't he play like left? Like he plays a weird way, doesn't he?
He plays left-handed, and
So
like
it's like
so, like the
left-handed,
solos.
but he
and
turns the guitar around like Hendrix. Or...
Yeah, no, I think he's left-handed, but he plays left-handed with a right-handed guitar.
Ah.
So he turns upside down, so you've got your high notes on the top and the.
That
Yeah,
is
and the
really
low on the
cool.
bottom. And
Yeah, like Hendrix and
Yeah.
Yeah, Hendrix did it, yeah.
We're gonna
yeah,
put
because
like
he
links-
learned on his friend's guitar, but he played left-handed. But his friend's guitar was a right-handed guitar, so instead of adjusting the strings, he
Just
learned
flipped it
the
upside
chords
down.
backwards. Yeah,
Yeah.
upside down.
Okay, so we're
That's
we're
really cool, man.
we're joined
thanks
here
to
today
Laffmad
by,
for this. We're gonna put the links down below on everything we do. So
so we're joined today by Mr. Tom Abbott himself. Mr. Abbott, great to have you on the
this
podcast.
is our
Yeah,
first ever
thanks for having
interview.
us.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the Good News Report.
Yeah.
It's good to be here.
That's good. We like good news stuff. Like this is the end of the game. So we're gonna just kind of we've been chatting about music. We've kind of got you on. You've got like promoting a charity gig through Hood Rats,
Yeah.
which is like a
Oh, first of all, can we
Because-
thank you for
so,
the exclusive you gave us the other week?
yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that was well good. That was
Gypsy in a while.
I'll give you another one later as well.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, you're gonna perform live for us.
Yeah.
That sounds really good, man. Yeah, thank you. Blessing.
Nice. How did you get into music? When was what's your first like kind of musical memory?
Well, I got like a little drum kit thing when I was a child, like when I was like 3 or 4. I've always been given musical instruments and musical stuff by me mum as Christmas presents.
Your folk music were you folk musical?
No. She kind of saw that I was interested in music, so she always bought me music stuff. My older brother was very artistic. He always got arty stuff. He's a graphic designer now. I do music now. My little brother was into Action Man and Power Rangers and whatnot, and he became military police.
Yeah.
I'll say no more on that matter.
Coming straight from the underground. Right.
I was playing as a stoner in front of the TV, like, and now
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm much older and I play stone in front
Still
of the
do.
TV.
Playing video games in front of the TV.
Oh, I don't play much video games. I read and I write and I play and I smoke. Right, so when I was... My musical influences, like my background, the thing that really got me serious about it was heavy metal. And I got, I just started really dedicating myself to learning stuff, and then I ended up getting into one of the local bands that were doing really well.
What kind of heavy metal bands were we talking? What was the stand-up band kind of thing? What was the
I were really into stuff like Slipknot, Korn, Cradle of Filth. I loved the new metal stuff, but then I loved really like interesting and intricate stuff as well. So I liked a lot of the technical stuff that like bands like Cradle of Filth and stuff were doing. But then I liked that groove that you got from stuff like System of a Down and Mudvayne and all that kind of shit.
There's a real like that kind of technical element to metal. Like it's just like,
and then
it's
Deftones.
It's like classical in that kind of sense,
What?
isn't it? Of,
Stuff like Deftones.
I was joking.
Yeah, Deftones was one that really blew me away because they had all of it. They had this beautiful textured atmosphere. They also had this really nice like groove that you could dance to, but then they had all the stuff that made you go, how do you do that? Like how do you make...
Oh, Witchcraft. I remember, I think it was Arctic Monkeys were like kind of one that I remember listening to, and just Witchcraft was what I was thinking. I remember just walking home with like headphones on, and I just felt Witchcraft. That's the only way to explain how people make those kind of like make music.
Witchcraft.
Must be
Witchcraft.
It's gotta be.
I can see you with a pitchfork, Jake, because that's someone too.
Oh no, I wouldn't stop the Witchcraft. Like it's great.
Well, there's a band called Sixth, and they do loads of stuff, and it's essentially polyrhythm. Like they're playing in different time signatures to each other, and sometimes even in different scales to each other, but somehow everything just sort of lines up because they're filling the gaps in each other's, or they come together.
Yeah, we get like math rock kind of thing.
Math rock. And
but I mean, to be fair, all kind of music is math music, isn't it? In some kind of sense, you still like looking at it in terms of beats and rap and rhymes and kind of.
Bob Dylan said something about my music is like math or something. He says, it's mathematical music.
It has to be to kind of hold a beat, isn't it? There's I don't know. I think there's some science to it. There's some thought that goes behind.
There is something I've read where they say that people who are predisposed to being like talented musically are also really good at maths. I'm living testament to the fact that it's not always true, because I suck at maths. I suck at maths.
Damn right. So when at what point in your music, from starting, did you feel comfortable enough to play in front of an audience? Would you say?
So it was about when I was 15 years old. I decided, actually, I'm going to take it seriously. I'm going to properly learn this instrument. I've had the guitar since I was about 8.
Yeah.
When I was about 13 to 15, me and my cousin used to just go into my basement and play detune guitars and make noise, but we were expressing ourselves. We had my grandma make us costumes and shit. It was magic.
Did you have a name? Did you have a band name?
It might have done, but I can't remember if it did. But we had like black robes with hoods and stuff that my grandma made. I remember going to the beach once with my cousin on holiday and pretending we were doing a black magic ritual and having these families like freaking out. But it was Cradle of Filth again. It was one of their things because there's a track on the album Midian, and it's just like this incantation: Archangel, Dark Angel, lend me thy light through death's veil till we have heaven in sight. And me and my cousin just started like chanting that on the beach of these
So that was the first live performance. That was
that was the first time I did a live performance. It was an art piece more than a gig, but yeah.
How did the crowd respond? How did they just run away? Were they pretty freaked out?
Just stay away from them. Just stay away from them.
Can you remember the first
It'd
time?
be weirder if they came and joined in.
Can you remember the first time you ever did like an organised event, whether it be an open mic night or?
Yeah, I joined a band. At the time we were called Rich Boy. This is in St Helens. I was...
Clearly a lie. Go on.
It's because their original guitarist was from a rich family and he was a very untalented musician. And they used to call him Rich Boy Wannabe Rock Star.
Right.
The band used to be called Rich Boy Wannabe Rockstar to take the piss out of their own guitarist, and then shortened it to Rich Boy because. And then we had a legal dispute with a rapper in America who obviously was going to be called Rich Boy, and he was like, "No, that's my name," and we had to change it. So we went on random band name generator and came up with Antichamber. But the first gig I did was with Rich Boy, and I had I think 2 weeks to learn the whole set. And then I went and did the gig, and to kind of haze me, because this band had been going for a while, the bassist poured a full pint of beer over my crotch about 20 minutes before I went on stage, so it looked like I'd pissed myself.
Rock and roll, man! Rock and roll!
The first time I see my mum and dad in the same room, and they're like, "Oh, we're so proud of you," and it looks like I pissed myself. Drunk at 16 years old, ready to play some heavy metal. We're so proud of him, so proud of him.
So proud.
Look what we created. I blame you!
Maybe they did, but I reckon the rest of the crowd were thinking it was like a punk rock fucking GG. The rest of the crowd like, yeah, he's pissed himself on stage!
GG,
yeah,
I
this is so punk rock!
So then you moved on to the band Antichamber, and
So Rich Boy and Antichamber were one band.
yeah.
I was with them for a few years.
So tell me about when was the first big gig you ever did? I know you played for quite an audience in Antichamber at one point.
The first big gig was probably what we did as an EP launch, and we did it at a place called Cafe Nirvana. And if there's anyone who's listening from back in them days, they're pissing themselves. But yeah, Cafe Nirvana. And it was about 500 people. They came out for this EP launch. I used to go there because I was under 18.
Yeah.
And the manager was like, I went and spoke to the manager. He was like, "Well, I am looking for bands, but let me listen to some." So I sent him an email with one track. He's like, yep, book. Can't offer you any money in that, but like, you're gonna have a crowd. And we're like, you know what? Because I used to hang around there. 500 people, fucking rammed it was. Massive mosh pits. I had loads of like my dear and near mates right up on the front row and shit. Oh, it was a proper, really good feeling. Then the guy who'd booked us, he bought a t-shirt, he bought an EP, he gave us a crate of beer, he gave us 50 quid. He was like, "Mate, I loved you. I was like, "Yeah." We got told, can't do no. Out of his own pocket, it's like, "Have it."
Yeah, well done. Take my money.
Take my money. But yeah. But,
How old were you? How old were you at that point?
16, 17.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. My 18th birthday was at my band had been booked for a festival called Gilfest, and we were performing on the Sunday, and all the bands went there on the Thursday itself. That was my 18th birthday. We just set up the tents and got wrecked, and then spent the rest of the festival wrecked. And then Sunday afternoon came along, and we were meant to be playing in our tent. Singer had sunstroke, his face was swollen, he was wearing a hat like, what's his name from Mortal Kombat? Like a proper, like Raiden. Yeah, and that was another like 500, 600 people.
Now I know you've travelled a lot. I know you've travelled a lot with music as well. Can you tell me like where you went to first and how it went for you? I know you've been in many different places, whether it be hostels or even
Well,
but just backpacking. And
I didn't travel for music.
right.
I had kind of given up on music at the point I'd gone travelling.
Yeah.
I was sort of just filling with music because I'd been in bands, right? And then I left Antichamber. I kept trying to get bands up, and eventually, I just bought myself an acoustic guitar. I didn't think of myself as a singer at all.
Wait, so you learned electric guitar before you learned acoustic guitar?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. I learned how to riff before I learned how to play a chord. I think I've been playing guitar seriously, like I said, since I was about 15. The first time I knew how to start playing actual chords, I was about 19. I started learning Bob Dylan, and it was like, well, now I know pretty much all the chords I'm ever going to need, because Bob Dylan's used them all. So I just got a little...
He's used them all, the bastard!
He's took them!
They took them all!
But yeah, because they have these things called the Little Black Songbook or something, and I just bought one of Bob Dylan's songs, and I thought, right, I'll just learn. He can't sing, so if he can't sing, but he sings these songs, it'll be a good way that I can just learn how to play some more songs.
Right.
And
You were
myself.
right. You were writing your own stuff though, right? You weren't just playing covers with Antichamber. You were.
No,
you
we
writing-
were an originals band, but I wasn't singing.
Were you writing the material? Were you writing original parts?
I wrote my guitar parts. The guitarist, the singer and the drummer, who were a married couple, Emily and Chris, they wrote all the songs, and then me and Dave sort of just kind of came up with parts for their songs. That was one of the reasons I kind of left, because I had come to them with ideas and like, oh, we like that, but we never got round to it, kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The dynamics in bands, isn't it? It's like, it's hard.
So,
it's work to keep going. It is like a relationship, isn't it? It fully is. Like you kind of have to dedicate your kind of time and effort. And
I remember earlier we were listening to a bit of Fleetwood Mac's Rumours, and that's an album about what it's like to be in a band.
That's true. But I guess if you kind of have those real life experiences, kind of thing, that kind of.
We were all shagging each other. only Chris and Em shagged each other.
But it's fun. I can imagine that working really well in the dynamics of songwriting, in terms of giving you that kind of constant material to write about, just married life, just being married together, being able to kind of sing. Well, I don't know. I love that kind of married couple, like in a band kind of thing.
You ended up on the radio, I believe, in New Zealand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me how that came up.
Okay. If we're gonna go, I really want to hear about Australia, New Zealand traveling. I want to ask about busking. I want to get a first thing, but we're here to kind of to promote a Hood Rats gig. To promote.
This is an upcoming gig, yes.
Yes. Yeah, there is an upcoming gig.
So Hood Rats is a live kind of charity gig for thing. Why don't you explain just a little bit about the gig kind of coming up? A little bit about it.
Okay, so the gig that's coming up is it's going to be a live stream gig, obviously, because we can't get into any venues. But it's being run through our Hood Rats page. I'm sure we're going to have a link.
Yeah, we'll link everything in the description.
Yeah.
Like everything, yeah.
We're going to be raising money for mental health. I'm thinking Platform 1, because it's a local mental health charity that's needing money. But
okay, link in the description for that.
Yeah.
yes, but we've all, I suffer with mental health issues myself.
Given the last year, the COVID, but period,
exactly with this COVID, a lot of people who have pre-existing or new mental health problems have they've been struggling. So we just want to raise money to invest in that.
Yeah.
Hood Rats itself, though, is a events and promotion company, and we're hoping to branch out after lockdown and start running events all over, Yorkshire eventually, but
when
the
the
world
day,
if we can.
Yeah.
But
when the day comes for live music.
Yeah, at least within the locality, we want to be running events left, right, and centre.
For now, let's do. When is the gig coming up and who's playing? Because we're gonna.
The gig is Sunday the 7th.
Yeah.
And who's on the lineup?
So there is myself. There is your co-host LJ here.
Yeah.
There is your co-host Ollie here. Are you doing a set? Are you gonna come and do a set?
I can do that.
You can do a couple of
I
songs, can't you? Yeah.
I can. I'll do
Ollie's
that.
gonna be playing.
And then
Okay.
Mr. Brad Mack,
And then Mr. Brad Mack.
who is a fantastic local musician, and I think we're gonna listen to one of his songs now, aren't we?
We are indeed. He sent us a new track, and we look forward to it. This is Brad Mack. Come on in.
Shed your seeds with me, fish in the sea, or come swim with me. Don't hold your breath. I know you'll float, create a wave, come rock my boat, and I know I won't let you down or mess you around. Get lost in the wind and dance with the breeze. That love is stronger like Hercules. You'll find a way, you'll find yourself and nurse yourself right back to health with all the emotions. Following notions, swimming in oceans and drinking of potions. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Come on in, the water's just fine. Convince myself I'll make you mine. Oh, 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 lost and bound with no sense of direction, following breadcrumbs of subtle affection. There's Hansel and Gretel connection. It's bittersweet. Cluelessly wandering down this long winding road. Tell me, is there something, darling, I've already been told? Come on, darling, before we get home. Oh, 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 come on in, the water's just fine. Convince myself I'll make you mine. Come on in, it'll be alright. Convince yourself you wanna be mine. Flower shed your seed with me. Fish in the sea or come swim with me. Don't hold your breath, I know you'll float. Create a wave, come rock my boat. Come on in, the water's just fine. Convince myself I'll make you mine. Come on in, you'll be alright. Convince yourself you wanna be mine.
Brand Mack there, man. That was
Yeah,
wicked.
coming in. That's
Kind of
great.
upbeat stuff. Like, I really like that stuff.
Yeah, kind of probably like Jake Bug vibe.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah. I can feel it,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, I see what you mean there.
Yeah, man.
It's really good. I've seen him play at a few of Mike's, to be fair, and he absolutely like stomped
Yeah.
it. Like it's got
Coming in.
such a good like kind of on stage presence, such a good like a good kind of vibe.
Yeah, man.
Happy dance.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Really good guy.
Indeed, and he's going to be playing on the Hood Rats gig on the 7th of what month are we on right now? I'm a few glasses of wine.
March.
On the 7th of March. Holy hell! I genuinely spaced the month then.
I don't know what day.
January, February, October.
I wanted to say November.
See, lockdown's done crazy things to us all. We don't know what
I don't
month's
know
what
time's
anymore.
Yeah, 7th of March. That's a Sunday. It should be. It'll be on the live
How have
stream.
you found like a lockdown in terms of creativity? Have you found like you're making a lot of music?
I found in terms of creativity, it's been a godsend. In terms of marketable packages, not so much so. But like I did Shadowfest.
Yes.
Last week, which was a poetry thing. I've never done poetry before.
What was it called again?
Shadowfest.
Well, we'll put it. There's a video. There's videos online.
Yeah, there's
we'll
videos.
We'll link everything. We'll link the videos to Shadowfest.
Shadowfest.
Shadowfest. Okay. We can milk that for another 5 minutes.
But as far as creativity goes, obviously that was brilliant. I did something I've never done before, so I completely branched out of my comfort zone.
It seems almost this kind of like medium of using social media to kind of promote, to kind of have these gigs, to like have this space to share.
Yeah,
it's a different way of digesting.
During lockdown, I've tried to kind of keep active, even if it's just doing a cover or just a one song here and there and putting them up on Instagram, but trying to be more active on that front because I'm really bad at that.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a technophobe. I like doing gigs. I like going to the pub and playing to an audience and speaking to the people afterwards. Posting a video and getting a handful of likes is not really my thing.
Music as an entity is such a kind of diverse thing that like the atmosphere, the response from a live gig, the energy that you get as a watcher, the energy that you kind of control as someone who's playing live is its own kind of entity. It's its own beautiful use of music.
Can you feel this beautiful
with
energy
headphones,
right now?
but also making a song that sounds really pleasant on the headphones that you can kind of walk along, because at the end of the day, music's like it's the soundtrack to people's lives, isn't it? It's a soundtrack to life.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because that is one thing. I've been a very rough and ready kind of performer. I've always had a bit of a punky ethos. Like I said, my background's in metal, and when I started travelling, I started busking a bit, and everything's always just kind of like, I'm getting through the song. And so now that I can't play live, and I can't, busk, and I can't just be like, gonna be in your face and I'm gonna say my words at you. I've started to think.
I'm gonna say my words at you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say them. I'm gonna say them at you. You better open your ears because they're coming.
Open your ears.
Yeah, open your ears.
Oh, I thought you said rears. Open your ears.
Open your ears. These words are coming for you.
No.
That's an aggressive performance style.
I'm not G.G. Allen.
Even G.G. Allen did it himself. He didn't ask the audience to do it.
Oh, G.G. Allen definitely fucked his audience.
Oh no, with that question.
G.G. Allen be fucking.
There's your t-shirt. There's your t-shirt. So to bring it back a little bit, I mean, you kind of mentioned. I'm very curious. You spent some time traveling. You spent a lot of time traveling.
It was about 3.5 years. I went.
How did you end up in? How did that occur? Like, do you just one day I want to go travel?
I had a not a corporate job because it were fucking well dodgy, but a well paid job. I wasn't dealing drugs. But I was working for a sales company, and I was making decent money, but I didn't really like it anyway. I quit that and I went into.
Quit. Did you quit?
Quit.
Did you like a big stomach? Did you have like a? Did you do something memorable? Did you like tell everyone how you felt on the last day? Did you take a shit in the kettle?
No, I basically.
My tea's really earthy, Brian.
Yeah. Fuck the man. Telly brew.
No, it wasn't.
It smells organic. Smells organic, Peter.
PG shit.
PG shit. Okay, so.
Yorkshire pea.
Yorkshire pea.
No, unfortunately, it wasn't that dramatic. I just. I'm not happy. I'm not coming in tomorrow. And then I started working as a support worker for House Learning Disabilities, which I loved, but I could not afford shit because it's so badly paid.
It's not paid well.
And then the 2008 recession happened. Yay! Welcome to the Good News Report.
It's okay, that's all news. That's all news.
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
It's all good now. It's all good
now. It's fine.
And then after a couple of years, because I had some money saved up, and after a while, I was just like, you know what, I'm going Oz.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Oz. My mate moved out.
Whereabouts in Oz did you?
So I went to Fremantle first. A friend of mine from St Helens Bry, he'd already moved out there. He moved out there about a month before. to go stay with his family that lived out there, and he was like, come join, get a work visa, we'll do all this. So I went out there just to go and work and make some money.
Make that dollar.
Make that bread, yo.
What kind of work?
Make that crushy bread.
What do you do?
Well, I mean, you conflating what I went for what happened.
Okay, no. I take it as like, but anywhere you need to survive, you need to be able to live. Especially like Australia, I know because it was founded by Brits, like by kind of colony Brits, and it's been kind of colonized, and I imagine it still operates the same way in a sense that you have to make a living. You have to make a living everywhere in the world. I don't know anywhere in the world where you don't have to.
It was originally populated by criminals.
You have to not saying work, but you have to make a living. You have to survive. You have to farm land. You have to work.
No.
Yeah.
When I was first there, I had money. I had some savings. I had like an allowance. Stuff didn't really go to plan, and then money kind of ran out, and I was in a bit of a bad situation. But then I went into Fremantle City, and I went into a backpackers hostel.
Yeah.
Now, the backpackers hostel I stayed at was a place called the Old Fire Station, and if you're ever in Fremantle in Australia, go to the Old Fire Station because it's the best place.
Did they have a Facebook page that we can link in the description?
They do. They actually do. And honest, the fact I used to clean the smoking area of Old Fire Station was on my job description for so long, even though I got a master's degree and stuff, and I'm like, cleaner at Old Fire Station. That's staying there as my pride and joy. Beautiful place, but they used to just have on-tannoy system. Yeah, so there's a woman looking for someone to come and do something in the garden. $20 an hour, they'll pick you up, they'll give you lunch, they'll drop you off, blah blah. If you're interested, come to the reception. So I used to wake up early in the morning, like I used to make friends with people who had decent jobs and go to work, knock me up when you go to work, and we'll have a coffee. We used to have an Amsterdam breakfast. Me and my friend Jonas used to have an Amsterdam breakfast every morning. Coffee made on stove in an espresso machine.
Australian sunshine.
And then in the sunshine, and he'd go to work, and I'd wait for tannoyed, and I'd go, I'll do that. I got paid $20 an hour, 8 hours a day for 3 days straight to paint a shipping container from blue to red. It were a day's work, especially in the sun when you have to wait for paint to dry.
Did you paint the town green, man?
No. Like watching paint dry in Australia is actually fun.
What kind of temperature? What kind of temperature? What kind of heat? Are we talking?
About 37 degrees ish.
Did you paint the town green? Did you paint the thing green?
I mean, me and the guy I was working with, we smoked loads of joints around the industrial estate.
So it was kind of a greeny red by the end of it.
No, it was a very red, but we were green.
Did you ever hotbox a shipping container?
No. Only on the road of the estate, not in the grounds where the guys are paying us. But like 5 of the 8 hours a day were being paid $20 an hour to go sit in the canteen and drink coffee. Until they needed us to go to the other side of the industrial estate and pick up a tin of paint or like a pipe fitting. And we'd be like, okay, yeah, we'll go do that. I'm just going to go to the toilet first. Skin.
How did you manage in terms of, because from what I know of Australia, it's like sparse, isn't it? There's a lot of, it's a great distance from like place to place kind of thing. Like you've got to be, I don't know, like driving. Did you get a chance to drive out there?
No, I don't drive. I have thumbs, and I used to hitchhike everywhere. Either hitchhike or when I'm in hostels, I'd meet people and we'd car share to an area and then go our different ways from there.
Nice.
So we'd just buy a load of snacks and supplies, like road tripping with my favorite life. Right, so you do either that one or you just like stand there with your thumb out and hope someone picks you up. You go to the next place,
Did you meet any interesting characters hitchhiking?
I mean, Yeah. Yeah.
Any tales? They're from Australia. The chances that they're listening to this podcast is.
That's true. I thought we're gonna die once. There's no way these guys are listening. They do not have internet. They don't even have running water. These guys.
Hey, you underestimate how popular the Good News Report is. Like every corner of the globe.
That's something to do with the time difference, isn't it? Like it's like they're still in the 90s.
No. I mean, they're in the future, but
They're in the future.
Yeah, they're like a day ahead. They're like just under a day ahead, isn't it?
Just under a day ahead.
20 plus hours ahead, isn't it? Time
Yeah.
12.
Bowgans.
12.
It's
Full of
12
Bowgans.
hours. Yeah.
I've heard.
It's like the other side of the world.
How many time zones actually, like in Australia as well? 3, 4? I don't know. Okay, yeah. Sorry, no, we were talking about crazy.
I don't know.
crazy
I don't know,
story.
man. What you asked me for, man.
But I'd like to hear about a crazy hitchhiker if you'd willing to tell the story of a crazy hitchhiker.
I mean, if you don't want to bring it up, we understand because it's very deep and hurtful to you, maybe. I don't know.
No.
Did you ever get touched? What's the one? It's like ask grass or cash. You gotta pay one way.
Ass, grass, or cash?
Ask grass or cash.
I did.
You gotta pay one way.
I did meet a guy who'd been hitchhiking, and he was saying, "Oh, I had this really weird hitchhike the other day." And I was like, "Right." He was like, "Yeah, we're driving in, and we got into this road, and he's going, oh, so you're hitchhiking, yeah?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I bet you meet loads of girls, eh?" He's like, "Yeah." "Do you like girls?" "Yeah." "Do you like boys?" Not really." He's like, have you ever done anything with a boy?" He's like, "No." You ever sucked off a boy?" He's like, well, no. Have you ever been sucked off by a boy?" "No." "Would you like to?" "No." "What if I pay you $20? You can let me out here."
Well, that seems very much like a case of mistaken identity.
Yeah.
Right there. Like, that seems like that guy was letting the hitchhiker in for a purpose. Like,
I'm hitchhiking. It's not the red
did
light.
you have
I'm not a red boy.
Did you have Backstreet Boys?
like a prostitute in the middle of the outback, like just waiting there. There's like one car every week.
Baby's getting paid tonight. I'm gonna eat Outback Joe's tomorrow.
And then the car just drives past and you're like, oh, motherfucker.
I've been there listening to Backstreet Boys. I don't care who you are.
Wait, so you're doing the work from the hostel kind of thing. You kind of working in Australia. How do you end up in New Zealand? How did you end up in New Zealand?
So I was in that hostel in Australia. I went travelling around West Coast for a bit.
West Coast, y'all, represent.
Busking.
Patches the cat representing the West Coast.
Crips of blood. West Side. Just travelling around, doing whatever. Ended up back at the hostel I started at. Met this girl, Annie, and then me and her started travelling around together. So we went to Bali together, then to Thailand together. Basically spent all our Australia money. And then New Zealand was the closest place where we could work enough to save money. So we went to New Zealand. After a while, I was making more money busking than I was working, so I quit work to busk.
Was busking good in Australia? Sorry.
Yeah.
Did you busk in both? Did you busk in Australia or New Zealand?
I started busking in Australia. I'd never busked before I went travelling.
Did you do any busking in that little period during where you were travelling around Thailand and Southeast Asia? Did you busk?
Not in Southeast Asia. There's no way you can really make money busking in Southeast Asia, and if you could, you're taking it away from Thai and Balinese buskers, and that's just cruel. These guys.
Well, I would see it more as a kind of earnest chance of expression, isn't it? Kind of thing. You're a person from the other side of the world, like, and they're just.
When I was in Bali, I was drinking a lot in like a local bar in this place called Sanur that I stayed.
Called
Sanur.
Sanor.
Sanor.
With the
Sanor. And
It's got really all sexy all up in here.
Sanor.
Sanarita.
I can
So wait.
imagine you dressed as a wolf making that noise, to be honest.
Sanor. So you're chilling in Sanor.
In Sanor.
In Sanor.
And there was a bar and it was basically like there was a tribal chief that ran the bar and a load of local regulars, but there wasn't many tourists. They sold arak, which is like Balinese moonshine.
Alright.
And I used to go in there and drink with them guys because they drank Balinese moonshine.
Does Balinese moonshine do the job? Does
Yes,
it?
yes, it does.
That's a
Yes, it does.
confirmation.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And I drink with these guys, and you know, there's a Hindu culture. There's a lot of music that's just embodied in the culture anyway. They're playing songs all the time. So I used to, you know, grab the guitar and play songs while I was drinking with them, but that wasn't a gig. In Thailand, I was couch surfing for a bit.
How did they respond? How did they react to the music you were playing?
Oh, them guys loved it. Yeah, it was great. It was so much fun.
Did they play music for you? Did they,
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
Like kind of.
Yeah, of course.
Like just like an acoustic guitar, or just like other instruments. Like did they have their own Balinese?
No. This was purely like what you'd get at any campsite. Just a dude's brought his acoustic guitar. We're all passing it around, and there's a handful of guys that know how to play a few chords and sing a couple of songs.
Like it's like is that like a global kind of thing?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Anywhere around the world, if you've got an acoustic guitar,
Yeah.
you can make.
After all, you're my wonderwall.
The universal, like,
The universal campfire song.
The ultimate oasis, like. You're like in the middle of the desert, and instead of hallucinating like a tropical oasis, you're hallucinating Wonderwall.
Talking about playing
I can see a mirage in the distance. It looks like a Mancunian band.
No Gallagher in the desert. Then maybe.
I heard you were gonna perform for us as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
now this seems like good news report to me. I mean, like we've been deprived of live music for the last year and so, and we're gonna give you some live music.
We're gonna give you some absolutely live music.
Yeah.
Like a busking, live busking.
For live performance.
Exactly. Yeah, because like I was saying, I mean, busking around, so I'm quite used to just grabbing my guitar and just going for it. Yeah. So.
What's the name of the tune? What's the name of the tune?
It's called Fire.
It's hot.
I might have to stand up though.
Oh, please, yeah, do please do. Do you want the mic?
It's alright as it is, I think.
Okay, good. It's gonna make some. Yeah, no, it should be fine.
There's some
I
rustling noises.
I can chill it. Okay.
I'll do him.
Yeah.
The smoke rise from the ash upon the ground, blowing in the wind, blowing in the breeze. Oh, the fire used to burn, used to keep us warm. So cold here alone is so cold here alone. the sunshine, but I just ended up getting burnt. So I came running home. It rained so much I ended up drenched to the bone. Oh, the fire used to burn, used to keep us warm. So cold here alone, yes. So cold here alone. Oh, the fire used to burn, used to keep us warm. So cold here alone, yes. So cold here alone. See the smoke rise from the ash upon the ground, blowing in the wind, blowing in the breeze.
Thank you. It's so nice to hear.
Yes.
Oh, fire! Fire!
Yeah, that's what it's called.
That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
fire. That was some sheer fire. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
man.
That was
Yeah.
so good. That was
Cool.
incredible.
Yeah, mate. When can we hear you play next? Like for our viewers, where can they see you next? When are you going to be performing next?
Next Sunday.
It's gonna be the Hood Rats gig.
And the Hood Rats gig, yeah.
Hood Rats gig.
Yeah. That's gonna be good.
Cool, man.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So I tell you what, let's crack back into some good news reporting.
Good news
Like,
reporting,
just-
mother.
I love it. So I got this story from coming out of Australia. I mean, we were mentioning you doing a lot of time in Australia. This is a Walker Swamp in the western Victoria, in the shadow of the Grampus National Park. Rings any bells?
No, I still
Australia's a big
don't
place.
You not
So
know
the
of
place-
this particular area.
The place was a massive patch of kind of of land that got 150 years ago got turned into like agriculture and kind of growing from blue gums.
Right.
Blue
What
gums.
it says.
Sounds like
I'm
an
not
app on your
sure.
phone.
But apparently they're not native. They're not native to the region. I'm not sure
Blue
what blue
gum.
gums are. To be fair, I probably should have looked a bit more into what blue gums are.
Blue gum.
But they got done, and now recently, thanks to conservation efforts, they're
I prefer spearmint, if I'm honest.
they've got rid of all the blue gums. They've
Blue gum.
remade like a big swamp area, and now wildlife is returning to the area.
Yeah, man.
Right.
That's
Woo!
a nice video with like some otters swimming around and stuff like that, and just that kind of
Couple of others just doing this shit.
just
One of
floating
them,
around.
I want to see them and fucking bling with a big diamond.
I do
Yo,
know
I'm
in the
I'm
west
cool
coast of
inside water and outside water at the same time.
Amphibian.
Amphibian.
I do know in the west coast of Australia, right back in like the 20s and that, they were selling plots of land because they had this lush greenery. Right? They're just
Yeah.
Oh, they do.
fields.
Australia is nothing but land.
Oh, lush and beautiful it was.
We got a lot of land, mate.
And they were like,
Got land.
Oh, how did we get through an entire conversation on Australia without doing the exit? I do not know. But, oh yeah, they got it. Sorry.
yeah, they were selling like acres of land for like 20 quid out the Sun newspaper. God,
Yeah.
come buy some land in Australia. We'll sort you out all good and proper. And then they found.
Is that, come on, is that like a chat up line in Australia? I'll sort you out good and
I'll
proper.
sort you out all good and proper.
Same thing thing that colonised the West, isn't it? This idea that there's just masses of land and minimal people, so take your land.
Because of all the lush greenery, they're like, oh, this is really good selling opportunity. We can get people to come out here and they'll set up the farms. They cleared out the land, and then they realised that everything, including the trees and shit, was sporing. There were no it was all fungal. There were no roots. There were the ground will not grow root vegetables.
Well, so it's all mushroom.
Mushroom
tree is.
Everything spores like a mushroom, so it's not all fungus, but it has.
You could still grow corn and wheat and all that.
No.
It's root vegetables with.
No.
Surely no, because Australia's a massive agricultural community. They must have some.
Yes, but in this particular area, they looked at this greenery and went,
okay.
and then found out all the plant life that grew in that area
My
was.
apologies. I was mistaking it for the entire.
No.
It was like a giant mushroom.
No. in this area, everything is sporic, so it just.
You just what? That's quite. Again. Oh, that's lovely.
Oh. That's the crazy stuff. But the world's a big place. It's got there's beautiful ones, kind of stuff like that. I remember seeing something. There was some area of rainforest that was completely untouched by kind of humans, and you can kind of see it, and it's some very big.
In the Amazon, they still keep discovering tribes that have never encountered modern connected civilization.
Oh yeah, I mean the amount of animals that they find, isn't it? That are just completely alien to.
Not even animals, full on tribal communities of humans in the Amazon that they find.
I feel
that have no interaction with any technology.
I kind of would argue that the idea now with today's modern technology, with satellite imaging, with just general exploration and life on the planet, we must be aware of every tribe. I couldn't imagine a tribe.
There are groups of people who are being found because of Google imaging. They've gone and looked at the aerial photography and gone, oh, that looks like a settlement, and found people that didn't know were there.
Just hiding.
So he definitely
hiding.
Just hiding in the outback.
Going about in their own business, isn't it?
Shit! Google seen me! I got seen by the Google! The Google got me! Oh, god damn!
My question is where they got tinfoil in the middle of the rainforest. How did they make those tinfoil?
Or we can make a book where's Michael Snowden?
The truth!
He's where's Wally,
out
but he's
there.
hiding in tribes in the Amazon.
I promise the truth is out there, people. The truth is out there.
Why did I say Michael Snowden? Edward Snowden, isn't it? But yeah.
Yeah, mate, you want to hear something cool, right?
Yes, always.
There was this, David Attenborough, right?
Very well, personally, I call him Dave.
Right, Dave.
I call him Dave and all.
Dave Attenborough. He does
Dave.
all them voiceovers
He
does all them voiceovers for animal stuff, doesn't it? Documentaries and that.
He don't sound like that though.
Can you imagine if he did? Can you imagine if he did?
Here we have the right common seal.
Look at it.
It's the owl.
Look at him swimming around.
Dolphins in sea, right? They used to be.
Look at him flapping up, splashing down.
They'll travel miles, right? Just for this little bit of fish, because this fish is some nice fish.
This is lyrebird. It makes all sounds from jungle. We can hear anything. It replicates the sounds that it hears.
There's birds like that in New Zealand. I've heard them walking.
Have you heard a lyrebird? Really?
I've heard them work.
There's that valley of birds in New Zealand, isn't there? Where it's just some massive valley where it's when birds travel south for the winter. It's supposed to be this is their kind of where they're travelling to, and it's a big valley in New Zealand somewhere, and it's got. It did. I think it might have been farmed through or whatever. It might have been.
I'm not sure.
But some valley of birds. I remember seeing on maybe a David Attenborough, maybe a.
I'm not sure.
Maybe we should digress.
Valley of birds.
I definitely remember walking to work in New Zealand and hearing birds in the trees, mimicking car alarms, phone bells, all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what's that? And then you look up and it'd just be a bird. And you go, where That's not right.
So yeah, David Attenborough has actually got an AR app now, which will let you see like extinct animals in your living room.
Nice.
Yeah, it's called Museum at Live, and it's part of an extension.
Dave Attenborough's Museum at Live.
This is the dodo bird. Now
Look at Dodo Bird. He's a fucking dumb and he'll daft sod, this one.
It's an extension of Attenborough's 2014 documentary, The Natural History Museum Alive, and it will be giving 3D models to your phones and giving them miniature habitats in your house.
Nice. Is that's available to download?
That is available to download, but it's only on iOS at the minute. It's only for Apple. It's only...
We'll link it anyway for whichever spastic users are using Apple products right now.
Asia.
I just want to know how I can get models sent to
Apple
my
Music.
house.
Apple Music.
You know how,
Apple Music.
you know how some some podcasts like kind of promote products to try and get free shit. We're like just actively like encouraging against Apple so they don't send us free shit. Like Apple, whatever you do, don't send us anything
Apple
free.
Music though. Apple Music.
So got a story to finish off the this very
To
interesting-
swiftly move on.
It's been a lovely podcast, Tom. It's been lovely.
Oh,
Lovely
cheers.
having you here.
Yeah, thank you very much, man.
Please.
It's so
sorry
nice.
for messing up your shit.
No, I think you've added. I think you've.
You really have, yeah.
Plus, I think we've been selling shit for a while, and I think if you're selling shit, messy shit sells better.
Do you reckon?
Messy shit's better than. Who wants a neat shit? If you're going for a shit,
But you want a good one, don't you? You want just a solid out.
Sometimes a nice splatter on the side. It feels like.
So you like smashing porcelain? Is that what
Don't
you're
buy
saying?
Apple.
Don't buy Apple.
Oh my god.
An apple away will not keep that doctor away.
I think that smashing porcelain is the best euphemism for going for a shit. I'm off to smash some porcelain. It's just a brilliant euphemism for going for a shit.
I think that's more vomiting. No, it's kissing porcelain, I guess.
Speaking of just like dumping shit. It turns out a lot of people
hot snakes.
dump books, right? I want to talk about books, but we're on shit, so I'm gonna segue. A lot of people dump books, like they just kind of throw books away, like they're taking a shit. They're just like, I don't want this book.
I thought you were going to say they rip them up and flush them down the toilet.
Maybe
So. No, I think they
for future mutant.
Some hot snakes.
So, anyway, garbage.
I've collected Shakespeare.
Shakespeare's.
If you flush 1,000 letters down the toilet, eventually
Just
they'll
start
arrange
fucking
in Shakespeare.
Shakespeare. That's some Shakespearean shit right there, man. Some Shakespearean shit, man.
I've had a sonnet flushed upon me.
A rose by any other name would smell as sweet. What's a rose? I live in the fucking sewer. It all smells like shit.
Nothing smells sweet down here, love.
Okay.
What? Gas beyond the anus break.
So people were throwing away books. So people were throwing away a lot of books, especially in Turkey. People in Turkey were throwing away.
People in Turkey are throwing up books, throwing away
so
books.
Garbage collector in Kanayake district
What?
of the capital city started picking up, collecting kind of all these books that people were throwing away, and he started a library. And he started a library containing 6,000. Well, he's got 6,000 books today.
6,000 books. That's a
6,000
lot of
wow.
books, man.
Kind of thing. So the dude just started, picking up kind of books. I'm just trying to find.
So all the scraps of Shakespeare.
Yeah.
all the-
sewers.
absolutely anything. I know, so-
6,000 books I've made out of these words.
This is what the turtles were like reading, isn't it? This is like what the turtles was reading.
I mean, they check the books to make sure they're okay. Well, like to make sure.
Yeah, that's the turtles' job. They're not like Ninja Turtles anymore. Now they're not teenagers anymore. They just like look at books. They look at books and put like age limits on them. Like they just
Adult ninja proofreading turtles.
teenage adult reading.
Adult ninja proofreading turtles.
Proofreading turtles.
So Jason Ipek.
Turtles in a monocle.
Turtle power. Cowabunga, dude.
So they now operate this library out of like an empty brick factory in the middle of Poland. And so they've got a big. It ranges from fiction to non-fiction. There's a very popular children's section with a load of comic books in there. But yeah, 6,000 books they've got just from starting this, based upon what people would throw away.
How many
And that's
people
nice.
died of dysentery?
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
How many people died from dysentery?
Mate, honestly.
I
like,
don't know how they clean them, because you couldn't just hose them off, because that'd ruin the book.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't just
Wet wipe.
wet wipe a book.
you can't do it.
I mean, okay, it says garbage collectors, so it doesn't say they're in the sewers. It says garbage collectors.
Yes.
I linked the sewers because we were talking about shit, and I wanted to talk about books.
Yeah.
And that's not like an easy segue.
Dog loves books.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have kids, it don't matter. I watch too much CBBS.
Grace's amazing machines.
They're amazing, and they're machines.
They're graceful and amazing.
I'll take you away for that.
Full of grace.
I'm much
Grace,
more
do we-
fond of Maddie myself.
Do we need to link
I
Grace's
prefer
magic
Maddie.
machines in the description? Do we need to?
Grace's amazing machine.
Amazing. Do we need to? Is Grace doing okay with those magical machines?
She's doing mighty fine.
She's got-
Doing amazing.
She's doing amazing.
I prefer Maddie me.
Maddie,
Yeah. Do you know?
I don't know.
I have no idea what you're talking about. No.
Only one of us has a son here.
Yeah.
Congratulations, your balls work.
That's good news.
That's good news, man. That's good news.
It is good news.
It was like a brief pause of like contemplation. But
I spent all
we could
weekend.
edit out the pause.
I spent all weekend watching CBBS.
See, babies. See,
Nah,
babies.
I got right.
Is that the pro of having a
See,
kid?
Over the
Spend
weekend, because I went out and I was like, right, Theo's in bed, he's out.
See, babies.
Wait, are you saying this was on your own time?
You was watching CBBS on your own time.
No, of course not. It finishes at 7.
See, babies. Is that the official? Is that the national bedtime? Is that what's it? Is that
The
what
bedtime story comes on at 6:45
That is-
until 7 p.m.
That is the
and then
national.
CBBS
That's the national
shuts off.
bedtime.
That
the
is the
national
national bedtime for preschoolers.
national bedtime. 7 p.m. I didn't know this was a thing.
Yeah. 7 p.m. bedtime. They read you a bedtime story. You go to bed. We're off.
Programming start at 6 a.m.
And then we've got Tiny Pop for the rebellious children that want to stay up.
I want to get that book. Remember that's Samuel L. Jackson, Samuel Leroy Jackson. He made a book called "Go the Fuck to Sleep." Remember that?
Yeah.
Go the fuck to sleep.
Actually, that's a nice segue to end. If anyone,
It's night time!
If anyone is listening,
Go back to sleep.
go the fuck to sleep.
No sleep, man.
All right, guys, it's been lovely. Podcast Hood Rats on the 7th of March,
Hood Rats.
2021.
Yeah, that's the first of many
Coming at
gigs
you
by
live.
Hood Rats.
Yeah.
It's going to become a regular thing that we do gigs for charity.
Facebook.com/HoodRats. We will be in the description. So
I
do look at
hope
it then.
so.
Join
Yeah.
for the gig. Donate some money.
Otherwise, this has been a
for the
waste
cause.
of time.
No.
There's double-digit viewers will not be
69.
69.
We've got 69 followers, and we're very proud of it.
Yeah.
69 followers to the good
That is
news
the best one with
report.
400, isn't it?
69.
I don't care if we never
We
get
might
a
not
single-
be on triple digits, but we've got 69.
That's why we got you in here, Tom, because we didn't want to get any more viewers than 69. We wanted the show to
The next step up is 88, but
I can promise he has not
I don't
killed
wanna
a good
see-
news
no one
report.
wants to see 88 go at it.
once you go past 69, I think it's 169, then 269, then
6,969.
Oh wait, yeah,
6,969.
Yeah, that's the next one. That's the next one.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Double 69.
Tom, it's been lovely having you. It's been lovely having you on the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Let's go
Later.
69.
Let's do that. Sometimes it takes a loss to realise what you've got. Sometimes the days mean nothing, and then they are forgot. Sometimes people surprise you. In fact, it happens quite a lot. Sometimes good deeds go unrewarded, but that shouldn't put you off. Sometimes change into new ones, so please do not despair. Sometimes fear may appear, but love is always there.